What's happening, party people? I am still in the Las Vegas area, having a good time, getting some stuff done, helping a couple of people with their vehicle stuff. On another note, man, I think you guys may remember, those of you who've been watching for a couple of years, may remember me mentioning that I sold a 850R to a guy, and the guy has still not paid for the vehicle. We set up a purchase agreement. I met the guy in the Bay Area. He said he was my number one viewer. We had a couple of meals together. I run him back and forth to his hotel and to airport. And he had to have this 850 wagon that I had recently purchased. So we made a payment arrangement, and the vehicle's not paid off. Since then, I've asked him a couple of times for payment or the vehicle. He's relocated from what he's told me. I don't know where he is, don't know where the vehicle is. I just have his phone number. He's called me just recently and told me that I could purchase the vehicle back for what he has into it. Now, he's had this vehicle for probably, almost 20 months now. And he wants me to reimburse him for everything and get the vehicle back. Well, I mean, if I wanted the vehicle, I wouldn't have agreed to sell it to him. But besides all that, he's asking me to give him money that I don't have to give him. So if you guys see a red 850 wagon come up for sale or to be ported out, and a gentleman is I don't know what he would say, but hey, treat this vehicle like it has leprosy or a curse on it. As a favor and a grateful person to me, do me that favor. People have stolen from me in the past. That ain't no real big deal. Heck, people steal from God all the time. And I promise you, I'm not better than God. So I'm not real bent out of shape about somebody stealing from me. It happens. But I don't let stuff like that stop me from being the person that I was created to be. So, hey, I'm going to keep doing what I do. If you guys see this 850 wagon, red, dark interior, come up for part out sale or anything, just avoid it if you could, or let me know where you figure out it's at, and I'll deal with that. Or if the guy wants to become reasonable, I'll get the vehicle back. But anyway, other than that, in today's video, I helped the gentleman finish the steering rack issue he had on his car. I also helped the guy do some work on a car that is trying to get that car donated to a needy family. And I had problems with my battery running out on my phone, but I did get that P&P switch error code cleared off to that vehicle. And the only thing I think we're dealing with now in that vehicle is it's got a power seat that's not reclining, and it's got a fading brake pedal. So I think I'm going to have to replace the booster on that. So hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Have a great day, and hope to bring you some more content tomorrow. Kicking off the Tinker Day, we are going to wrap up this steering rack installation. Last night before I left, I dropped that pin that goes in that thing down there, so I need to find that. Put these tie rod ends on, secure the subframe, put the fluid in, try to do a alignment a little bit so that it could be driven to the alignment place, and that'll be it. We are pretty much done. We got that IPD belly pan, engine protection pan on. Let's just go ahead and call these what they are. For that IPD skid plate engine protection thing on the bottom, these are probably single use. So get some of those. I'm going to try to find the part numbers. The bolts are 5/16 by 18 by 1.5. And I don't know what these are, but those things just don't make it through a few cycles. So get you a couple of those in your hand before you tear this apart. So I need to lower the car torque the wheel. I'm gonna move the car forward and backwards a foot or two, and I'm gonna put a string down there and see how close the alignment is on there. This wheel looks like it's turned just slightly to the right as the steering wheel is, and so does this wheel, so it's probably okay. When I screw those outer tie rod ends on, I turn them 13 turns, and that's close to what I see almost all the time, give or take a turn. So that's probably close to aligned. I'm gonna make sure he lets the people at the alignment shop know that those inner nuts are not tight. They need to tighten those down. I did tighten down the outer tie rod ends into the knuckle. So let me find the fluid and fill this power steering reservoir up. Open the garage, start the car, clear off my tools, and cycle this power steering pump through several times, even before I start the car. Be careful you put the right fluid in if you got that kind of pump. I don't think that's transmission fluid supposed to be in there. It's some other fluid. So let's see here if we can see, make sure it's not red. Yeah. Do. We find what he did with that fluid. I know he bought some. I seen it here. Here it is here. Let's go ahead and fill this up. Cross our fingers and hope like heck we don't get a leak. I'm going to clean and dry off the lines down there where they connect to the rack. So if any leak happens, I'll be able to see it. You should probably clean and dry these lines to the rack before you bolt that subframe up, because man, it's hard to reach and see. So I took this wheel back off. It took about 30 seconds because I need to leak check that and make sure it don't leak before I put this car down. And it is hard to reach, but I did spray it down. As you can see, it's nice and clean. Let's go ahead and fill it up, cycle the system through about 30 times, lock the lock, and then start the car. Make sure the system's filled and leak check it. Slowly rolling the steering wheel around. You want to do this at least 20 times, maybe 30. Lock the lock. Trying to get the fluid all the way through there and the air out. That's 3. 4. 5. The ignition doesn't have to be on, it just has to have the steering wheel unlocked in the accessory position, position 1. And 20. So I'm gonna try to center the steering wheel. I'm gonna go check the fluid level. I'm gonna start the car after I open the garage because I don't want to die of carbon monoxide poisoning. I'm gonna let it idle for 4 or 5 minutes. Check it for leaks along the way, and then put it on the ground and check the alignment. If it's there, the fluid's still full. So let me put this on, open the garage and start it up, let it idle, and then turn that wheel, lock the lock about 10 more times, try to get the air out of it. Go check the level and make sure the pump's not running dry. Man, it went down quick. Let's go ahead and put this back on the dipstick. I don't see any dripping under the car, which is a good sign. Let's see if we can see the lines. No fluid accumulation on the lines. We look like we did good. Thank you, Lord. I let it idle for several minutes. I centered the steering wheel, so we'll see how close to center that is. Man, that one looks like it is pointing to the right pretty good. And this one here looks like it's pointing to the right a little bit, so it just may need to be adjusted to straighten out the steering wheel. They may be the same. So I'm gonna make sure that in there is snug down, drop the hood, take it for a little test drive, and See if it still got that click in it. We replaced this rack because there was a click in the steering, intermittent. Kicking off the day on this 850. This thing has a Louisiana license plate. July 2014. Trying to get rid of the P&P switch code, fix the rear brakes and caliper pads, rotors, activate the radio with the radio code, check the windshield cleaning fluid, install an antenna. Let's get cracking with the easy thing, radio code. I'm going to jack the car up, take the rear wheels off, spray the brake line down with PB Blaster, do the antenna, and then come back to these brake calipers. I'm almost done with this car here. I got the antenna working. Don't know why it's up though. Should have went down. Oh, still got power on it. I couldn't get it working at first because it was too stiff for the motor to reel in. After I pulled the mass out and got the end of the zipper and rolled it up and started it in a circle, I was able to push it down, left it down for 5-10 minutes. Now it goes up and down fine. But to get it started the first time, it was too stiff and straight, so it wouldn't roll it up. It just stopped, but it was already rolled in. So anyway, got that worked out. Got the code on it. I got the brakes, rotors on there. I had to heat those lines on those calipers. Then I had a hard time getting that line started in this caliper. The other side went in 10 minutes. This one, it felt like I was dealing with that for an hour trying to get that in there. But I bled them. Only thing I hadn't dealt with, he wanted me to check, make sure the windshield washer worked, and then the P&P switch error code, which I don't have a P&P switch with me to do that. So let me finish loading up my car, and I'm gonna see if I get this P&P switch thing. I'm gonna roll this shifter through about 100 times. I'm gonna do it kind of fast too. Try to get that cleared up so it'll work. Then I'm gonna see if his washer fluid works and I'll call it a night. Ran the shifter through about 60 times, kind of fast. Started the car, had no check engine light at first. Then one came up. Man, I got a sinking brake pedal. All right, it's holding now. Anyway, I'm gonna scan, see what that check engine light's for. And it doesn't like reverse. Probably could deal with some fresh transmission fluid. Oh man. Well, the blower motor took a while to come on. I'm telling you, cars do not like sitting. Let's roll up the window, see if we can get washer fluid to work. See, that's missing there. Windshield washer fluid works. Wipers chattering, which means that blade is off kilter a little bit. But it works. So I'm gonna take it around the block, bring it back, see how quick it warms up. See, it's 36 degrees, and see if I can get this check engine light to go. Well, the seat recliner is not working. That's a little bit of a job. And there's water getting in the trunk. There's something going on in the back. I can't remember what it was. Maybe it'll come to me. It looks like, yeah, driver's seat recliner not working. Starts off with no check engine light. And the check engine light comes on. Let's see if we see a code. I couldn't see a code last time. ECC codes. No codes. Let's see if it'll erase whatever's there. No codes to erase. Let me go get my scan gauge, see if my scan gauge will read a code. See if it'll read the codes in the ECC. I really didn't like doing this on 95 and older cars. It does it fine on the 96 cars. I'm not sure why. Failure to communicate. Oh. It didn't fail that time. This is a 95 model. Oh, there it is. Failure to communicate. Yeah, whatever. Just read the codes. Alright, let me scan this thing with my scan gauge, see if it gives me a code that way. Got everything I could get done. Like I said earlier, I had a problem with battery drainage on my phone and was more focused on trying to stay warm than getting that phone charged. But hey, we got a lot of things done today. I appreciate you all watching. Please like and share and comment if you can. It helps the algorithm. So thanks again. Have a great day.